morning. I'm Barbara Voss, Unity in Linwood Prayer Chaplain. For today, when we practice self-compassion meditations, it's a way to reduce stress and generate more positive emotions. We'll have a sense of self-worth and connection without comparison. 3 components of self-compassion are self-kindness versus self-judgment, common humanity versus isolation, and mindfulness versus over-identification with or running away from suffering. Today, get comfortable in your chair. If you choose, close your eyes. Notice your breath within your body and practice breathing mindfully. Imagine you're standing behind your body, holding and hugging yourself, sending love and acceptance to whatever sensations you're experiencing in your body. As you hold yourself, repeat in your mind any of these words of friendship to yourself. May I be filled with loving kindness. May I be held in loving kindness. May I feel connected and calm. May I accept myself just as I am. May I be happy. May I know the natural joy of being alive. May I be filled with loving kindness. Continue to wish yourself well as you hold yourself in the energy and the feelings of loving kindness. You can use your own words of kindness to yourself. While you're still in your meditative state, imagine a waterfall above your head coming down with the feelings that I'm going to read to you. Have these feelings flow through your body. So may I be filled with loving kindness, and just feel that loving kindness coming through your body. Just let it flow down and out your feet to the earth. May I be held in loving kindness. Imagine that feeling of loving kindness coming through your whole being, your body, your torso and your legs and out your feet. May I feel connected and calm. Just allow the feeling of calmness to go through your body. May I accept myself just as I am. Allow that acceptance to flow in every part of your body, even the places that might feel a little difficult today. May I be happy. Feel the happiness flowing through you. May I know the natural joy of being alive. Take a breath and feel that joy coming down through your whole body. And may I be filled with loving kindness. Fill yourself. Allow yourself to know the loving kindness flowing through you. As you return to this space, notice your breath. Reach up and slightly touch your eyes and open them, and notice your feet on the floor. As the sacred time comes to a close, we're thankful for the gift of loving kindness. We welcome our church family to our celebration service. We know that divine love greets and enfolds everyone here. Thank you.
At this table, everyone is welcome. At this table, everyone is seen. At this table, everybody matters. No one falls between. At this table, you can say whatever. At this table, you can speak your mind. At this table, everything's forgiven. There's enough for everyone. So come as you are. Remember that the door is always open. Yes, come as you are. The perfect gift that you could bring is your heart. So come as you are. At this table, there will be no judgment. At this table, mercy has a seat. At this table, we're all sons and daughters. There's no place I'd rather be. So come as you are. Remember that the door is always open. Yes, come as you are. The perfect gift that you could bring is your heart. So come as you are.
Now is our time of prayer. I invite you to close your eyes if you're comfortable doing so. Settling into the chair beneath you, allowing it to support you in that right and perfect way. And breathe, simply breathe, gradually becoming one with the breath. Allowing the breath to carry you to that still point deep within, where you can now hear the whispered truths of God. In this moment, I release any thoughts of lack or limitation. I affirm, may the love of service be reborn in me in 2025. Service is what prayer looks like when it gets up off of its knees and walks around in the world. Just as fingerprints are unique, so too are our soul prints. Each human soul has an individual mark that it leaves behind on everyone it touches. In the words of Mahatma Gandhi, the best way to find yourself is to lose yourself in the service of others. I have come here to be of service. I am the hands and feet of God. The outer appearance of simply helping pales into insignificance when sacred service dances its way into my heart. Sacred service is selfless service, when I can empty myself of ego. When I serve selflessly, I experience a great lightness of being. The purpose of my life is to discover my gift. The work of my life is to develop it. The meaning of my life is to give my gift away. I am here to make a difference in this world through the sacred work of heart-centered, compassionate service. Blessing others through my love and care comes from understanding that we are all one family on this planet. Service to others is the rent I pay for my room here on earth. I recognize my fullness and pass on and share what I have been given with others. Giving and providing service to others broadens and deepens my awareness of my infinite nature. Life is meant to flow and circulate. Filling a need places me in that flow of service. Sharing my time and talent allows me to demonstrate my faith in abundance. I give thanks for the good that has flowed to me by passing it along. Taking part in service projects gives me a special joy when I work alongside other caring souls and see what our combined efforts can accomplish. Our global community, too, needs people who are on an ongoing spiritual journey of discovering their gifts for sacred service and who see themselves as stewards of these spiritual gifts. As our time of prayer draws to a close, we look for ways to give from the abundance that has been given to us. We eagerly place ourselves in the flow of life, knowing that as we give, we receive. And so it is, and we let it be. Amen.
So come as you are. Remember that the door is always open. Yes, come as you are. The perfect gift that you could bring is yours. So come as you are. Come as you are. At this table, everyone is welcome. At this table, everybody cares. At this table, everybody matters. So come pull up a chair. Good morning. Welcome, Unity in Linwood. If you'd like, please stand and greet your neighbor.
I'm in the right place at the right time, and I'm just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time, and I'm just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time, and I'm just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time, and I'm just where I'm supposed to be. Oh, my soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. And I'm getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. I'm in the right place at the right time, and I'm just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time, and I'm just where I'm supposed to be. Oh, my soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. Yes, I'm getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. Yes, I'm getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here.
We're going to do our sing along. If you'd like, the words will be up on the screen. It says, I will be. 2. Here I am, a vessel to be used. Whatever spirit needs of me, I will be, I will be, I will be. Here I stand. Here I stand. My heart is here to serve. Wherever love is leading me, I will go, I will go, I will go. Here I am. Here I am, a vessel to be used. Whatever spirit needs of me, I will be, I will be. Let's do one more time. Here I stand. Here I stand. My heart is here to serve. Wherever love is leading me, I will go, I will go, I will go.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Stella Black, and I'm absolutely delighted to serve as your welcome host this morning. First of all, let us shower our love on Kelly and the Unity in Linwood Band for their sacred service. As I stand here before you this morning, I'd like to share my white stone word for 2025, and that is grateful heart. And that's exactly what I'm experiencing and witnessing each and every one of you. I know that you have many choices for where and how you spend your Sunday morning, and I and all of Unity in Linwood are so grateful and blessed that you chose to be with us. Whether you're joining us from our virtual sanctuary near and far, or here in our physical sanctuary, together we are creating a rich and beautiful tapestry that is Unity in Linwood. It's a tapestry of acceptance, of inclusivity, and diversity. Here at Unity in Linwood, we believe that each person is an individualized expression of divinity itself. And that's you, right here, right now. We accept you without question, condition, or exception. We welcome all family structures. We celebrate all spiritual paths, and we honor all life. Here at Unity, we love and we are loved. Welcome one and welcome all.
Just yesterday morning, they let me know you were gone. Suzanne, the plans they made put an end to you. I walked out this morning and I wrote down this song. I just can't remember who to send it to. Oh, I seen fire and I seen rain. I seen sunny days that I thought would never end. I seen lonely times when I could not find a friend. But I always thought that I'd see you again. Won't you look down upon me, Jesus? You gotta help me make a stand. I just won't make it through another day. My body's aching and my time is at hand. I won't make it any other way. Oh, I seen fire and I seen rain. I seen sunny days that I thought would never end. I seen lonely times when I could not find a friend. But I always thought that I'd see you again. Been walking my mind to an easy time, my back turned towards the sun. Lord knows when the cold wind blows, it'll turn your head around. Well, there's hours of time on the telephone line, talk about things to come. Sweet dreams and flying machines in pieces on the ground. Oh, I seen fire and I seen rain. I seen sunny days that I thought would never end. I seen lonely times when I could not find a friend. But I always thought that I'd see you, baby, one more time again. Thought I'd see you, thought I'd see fire and rain. There's just a few things coming my way this time around now. Thought I'd see you, fire and rain. Thought I'd see you, thought I'd see you, thought I'd see you. But I always thought that I'd see you again.
Fabulous. We have our own James Taylor in the room. Thank you, Scott. So beautiful. And thank you, band. So is this your final Sunday with us? So just stand up. Let us love on you one more time. So this beautiful man has served over 10 years, I think, here. And so it's not over yet. We're not letting you off the hook. You're coming back occasionally, we're hoping, and we're blessed by your commitment and your dedication and your amazing presence. And I think there's a card out there somewhere to sign. I'm not sure, but if there is, find it. Thank you, Scott. Yeah. And I just want to also inform you that our beloved Kelly is going to stay on with us. And yeah. So we're very excited about that. Absolutely. Well, good morning. There's just a lot going on today, so help me not fumble over all my words. Send me up a prayer about, order and ease and peace. Yes? Yes. Thank you. Done. Awesome. So we're grateful for everyone that's in our space and those that are online. We're grateful that you chose to be here. As Stella said, there's 100 places you could be, and so we're blessed that you chose us to be here today. And so those online are John from Uganda, Ursula from Florida, Deb from New Jersey, I think, Tom from Edmonds, Sally from Mukilteo. I'm sorry. I've been here almost 5 years. I should know that, but I don't. Chris from Oregon, Wendelin from Rio de Janeiro. Wow. Dale from Lake Stevens. So all over the place. 18 people online. So grateful. Let's just welcome them by focusing on this camera over here. And so let's just start with, we love you. We bless you. We appreciate you. And we behold God's love as you. Yeah, thank you for joining us here today. So we continue on with our mission statement every week, saying this and what that's about, and the simplicity of it is about practical spirituality, which is taking these truth teachings and putting them into action. How can we practically use these tools so that we can become more of who we've come here to be, the divine presence? And a welcoming community, and that one is so evident here as you walk through the doors, and we have our welcoming team creating that, and so I'm hoping that each of you feel that way as well as online, that you feel this welcoming presence. And our value statement, we have 7. Today's is, we seek to discover and share spiritual practices which are repeatable, reliable, and to infuse these spiritual practices into every area of our daily life. So today's talk will be talking about practical spirituality. And our invocation, which is rich and unique for this community, let's say this together. Though imaged and named variously, there is a singular and eternal ground of being from which all life emanates and into which all life retreats. We choose to call this ground of being God. By extension, we come to understand that we are spiritual in nature, human in expression, and limitless in potential. We gather today to remember truth, to celebrate our unity, and to honor all life. And so it is. And so today is also a very special day. Today we're going to have a ceremony of induction with the board. So I want to invite Jennifer to join me for a moment. And so we're going to take a moment to sort of center ourselves in this awareness of divine presence that is here. And we want to give thanks for the sacred calling that is so prevalent in our leaders, and especially our board. And Jennifer, as you know, is our board president. So we honor and celebrate and dedicate service, as Stella was talking about, sacred service. That's what we're all here for. And to complete a term, we have 2 board members who have completed their term, and we want to invite them up here. I'd like to invite John Brooks and Jack Ekram. Would you please come up? Great. Thank you. Thank you, Jack. And John, Jack is on his way. So blessed to have worked with you and been with you, and the dedication that you have given. And we just want you to see their faces so that you can too acknowledge their service and their dedication into what they have done. And they did a lot more than before I came. So on behalf of the past leaders, I thank them. But Jennifer, do you want to say a few words as well?
Yeah, so just briefly, both of these gentlemen served 2 consecutive terms on the board. So, 6 years, that is a lot of service to this community. And they really brought their unique gifts. John served both as chair for 3 years and treasurer for 2, both very, very heavy lift jobs. So much of his life has been consumed with board service. We're not entirely sure what he's going to do with himself now, but I'm sure he has some plans there. And Jack also served as treasurer and trustee and put a lot of dedication and his experience. He's also a licensed Unity teacher, and so bringing that compassion and energy to what we did. So they just both a really, really remarkable service for this community. So once again, let's thank them for their service.
So in here is a book from the bookstore, and you're welcome to exchange it if it's not the perfect one. But we just want to give you something to head off. Here's a card and a little token of our appreciation inside. So we are so grateful. So thank you for joining us today. Thank you for blessing this ministry in the way that you have. God bless you. Thank you.
Vessel to be used, whatever Spirit needs of me, I will be.
Will you help her out?
I will be. I will be.
We're going to stand right here. Just wanted to help Jerry out. And there'll be one more of those. Okay, thank you. Okay, beautiful. So now I want to welcome this beautiful board. Some are returning and some we've added onto, and welcome those that have stepped in to really lead us moving forward. So every incoming member brings their own unique gifts and presence. And so we just want to acknowledge that that's the case here. And we spent the day yesterday with one another, and I can tell you firsthand, this is a top-notch group that's bright, that's in service, that's so willing to do what's necessary to move us through this time and get us to the next level. So as a board, talking to you all, you are entrusted with this sacred responsibility of guiding this ministry through a mission and a vision. So do you commit to serve with the integrity, wisdom, and love, and honoring our unity principles? I do. And so do you also commit to work collaboratively, to listen deeply, and to the highest good of the community in mind? We do. Wonderful. So community, you also get to be involved. Do you affirm to support the leaders, holding them in prayer, seeing the good and the great, and allowing them, encouraging them in service? Yes. Perfect. And we bless, let's say this together. I'll say a phrase. We bless you with wisdom, courage and love, as you lead our ministry forward. So we have a rose for each one. Bless you, bless you. All right, let's give them a round of applause and a great big thank you. Woo!
Here I stand. My heart is here to serve. Wherever love is leading me, I will go, I will go, I will go.
Perfect. Thank you. Beautiful. So today we are launching a new series on the untethered soul. And we have books available in our bookstore. But I'm really excited about this book. It's not new at all, and I'm sure many of you are familiar with it and may have read parts of it. I've presented it a few times, but it's one of those classic books that continues to bless us in our spiritual awakening. But also today is a day where I want to really acknowledge a very powerful man that we are celebrating tomorrow, and that is Dr. Martin Luther King. Celebrating the life and legacy of this man who brought so much hope and so much healing to America. He commemorated a time of values as courage and truth and justice, compassion, dignity, humility, and service. And so Dr. King's character was empowered, has empowered many of us in leadership. And you may remember him saying this. He said, "We must all learn to live together as brothers and sisters, or we will perish together as fools. We are tied together in a single garment of destiny, caught in an inescapable network of mutuality. And whatever affects one directly affects the other. For some strange reason, I could never be what I ought to be until you are what you ought to be. And you can never be what you ought to be until I am what I ought to be. This is the way of God's universe. This is the way it is structured." And so it is, Dr. King. Yeah. And so it is that we're here to support each other on this spiritual journey. You know, that we're not to do this alone. We're here to do this in community. So we're beginning this beautiful journey together, the Untethered Soul. There'll also be a study group. Let's see if I can get my slides going. There they are. So it's 5 weeks. We'll do 5 Sundays. And then we also, on Wednesdays from 6:30 to 8, will be an online study group. So you could go deeper with these questions and these teachings. And it'll be online, so those of you that are online can join us as well, 6:30 Pacific time. So the first part is called Awakening Consciousness. So let's begin with this question, like all of the great sages do. Who are you? Anyone ask that every now and then, right? Who am I? You're not your name, you're not your job, you're not your role in life, you're not your gender, but who are you at your core? That's our question. So Michael Singer, the author, invites us to examine the nature of consciousness by recognizing the fundamental truth. You are not your thoughts, your emotions, or your experiences. You are the one who observes them. You are the witness to what's happening. So there's this evolutionary impulse that we're all happening to us that is working at a level of you that is seeking to know itself through you. This is consciousness trying to become conscious of itself. And this is you as a spiritual being at the point of awareness of waking up. Right? So imagine sort of sitting at a river and you see these leaves that are floating on a river. Some are bright, some are dark, some are wilted. These leaves represent your thoughts that you're having and the feelings that you're experiencing. You're not the leaves, you're the one sitting in the riverbank watching them float by. You're observing them, yes? Yes. We're watching what's happening. So he's talking about you're not the voice in your mind. How many of you know you have a voice in your head? That little critter just narrates everything, doesn't it? And it has an opinion about just about everything. And it's what the author sort of calls the worst roommate ever. Right? And so part of our work this week and for the rest of our life is to become aware of the voice in the head. What is it saying? And who is it? If it's not who and what I am, then what is it? So Unity teaches us this same principle that I'm not my circumstances, I'm not my thoughts, I'm a spiritual being having a human experience. So there's so many funny things in the book that talks about the way that the voice talks. Let me see if I could just pull something up. Okay, here's like, it would say, the voice would say, you're driving in a car, right? And they're having a conversation. Wasn't I supposed to call Fred? I should have. Oh my God, I can't believe I forgot to call Fred. He's going to be so mad. He may never talk to me again. Maybe I should stop and call him right now. No, I don't want to stop the car. And on and on and on this conversation goes, right? And then you go past your stop, right? Because you're lost in this completely obliterated conversation that's not serving you. There's no presence in this conversation, right? It's just listening to sort of a rant. So there's lots of that, and learning how to be gentle with self and laugh. How many of you need to laugh more? I know I do, yeah. I need to laugh more and not take it so seriously. So that's sort of a goal of ourselves, is to listen to the voice and just be curious what's going on. Just be curious. And to be honest with you, if a friend spoke to you the way your mind does, would you stay friends? That's a good question, right? Just how kind is this mind? So the key is that this voice is not you. We could call it an ego, a psyche, whatever it is. It's just responding to a million different impulses that are happening and thoughts that go randomly through. So our work is to pull it back. And so that's where our work in meditation comes into play, to get still. We can't stop the mind, but as we begin to observe the mind, we begin to sit behind it and become a witness to it. And then we're no longer attached as it. We're no longer identified as the voice in the head. Do you see it? Yes. But the more we just listen and believe that this voice is who we are, that's the insanity. So we want to become this witnessing presence. A presence is something like the sky, right? It's vast, it's huge. But thoughts and emotions are like the clouds. They're just passing through. They're not the sky. And the sky is not even affected by these clouds. The sky is fine just the way it is, whether there's clouds or no clouds. Similarly, our true self, our essence, is untouched by the fluctuations in life. When we get in touch with consciousness, when we get in touch with our I am. So in The Untethered Soul, he writes, you are behind everything. just watching. This is your true home. You are the witness to life. You are the consciousness aware of itself. So your inner voice is constantly narrating your experience. Just notice it. Even when you're driving, you're looking at, oh, look, there's a dog. Oh, look, there's a tree. Oh, look, right? It's pretty crazy. I traveled with a woman once where her inside voice was her outside voice. And there was a constant narration of everything that was happening, and it was like this little puppy just bouncing around, you know, like they go into a garden and smell. They don't even wait to get that smell before they go to the next smell, right? Just this insane experience. But I remember a moment that I was listening to much chatter in my mind. I was walking in a forest, and I love walking, and I was by myself, and I remember hearing something in the forest. And the story I made up was there was a giant bear. And this bear was going to eat me. And that was the truth of my being, because I believed it with and so I began to tremble. I began to shake. I began to want to turn the other way, and I thought, well, maybe that's even longer than the other way. And so this is the funny part. Rather than just, sitting and praying, I yelled the prayer of protection. The light of God surrounds me. Hoping that I would sort of scare this bear away, right? So a part of me felt, well, I was spiritual. I said the prayer of protection, right? So all I'm saying is that we can really believe reality by listening to the voice in the head. And so we need to have practices in place to help us have a better realization. So let's look at it, the next slide. So does that say, we're going to take a moment? Okay. Sorry, I can't read that over there. So let's take a moment to affirm a new way of being. And so you could do this silently or out loud with me. Can you read the words? Okay, let's say this together. I am not my thoughts or emotions. I am the awareness that lovingly observes them. I choose freedom by letting go and allowing life to flow. So let's take a pause. So just take that in. So how does that feel in your body? How can you sense a shift in awareness as you sort of affirm that truth? And that's how affirmations can help us shift in awareness and consciousness, is to bring them to mind. So there's practical steps to awaken consciousness. First step could be is start paying attention to your inner dialogue. Just notice. Just notice what the mind is saying. Notice what the body is feeling. Notice the sensations, but mostly notice the voice in the head. Second is to practice detachment. Detach from those thoughts. Detach from the I am. Especially the emotion, like we're having an experience of sadness. I am not sadness. I'm having an experience of sadness because of some thought or experience I had in the world. So we can help ourselves not identify as either the life experience, the thought, or even the feeling. And just say, I'm not this feeling, I'm not this emotion, I am the one observing this. So notice I'm either in the seat of disturbance when I'm upset, I'm frustrated, I'm angry, or I can sit in the seat of awareness and become the observer of all that is. And that's the question. Am I sitting in the seat of disturbance? Or I'm allowing the world to dictate how I am? Or am I sitting in the seat of awareness? That's our work this week. And then meditate 5 minutes a day. I know many of you may do much more than that, and many of us go in and out of meditation practice. Anybody else? Yeah, did it for a long time, and I haven't done it in a while, that kind of a thing. So I'm just inviting us back into bringing that back in, even if it is 5 minutes. Sitting quietly, watching your breath, helping you connect, being the witness to self. And just noticing, not beating yourself up if your mind wanders. There it is. There's a thought. And as soon as you do that, remember you sit behind it, and you're no longer attached as the thinker. You become the observer and the witness to what's going on. So our definition of desirable and undesirable about life, or good or bad, is all there because we need to define how things are if we want to be okay. So we label them good and bad, my preference or not my preference. But who said that what life naturally unfolds is not all right? So Krishnamurti, beautiful non-dual teacher, said, do you want to know what my secret is? Yes. I don't mind what happens. I don't mind what happens. He didn't say I don't care what happens, because that would be not embodying the human aspect. But I don't mind. I don't become attached to the reality that's taking place in me, that this shouldn't be happening. That's what Byron Katie says, the only time I suffer is when I argue with reality. This shouldn't be happening. So each time the mind chatters, you can make up something. The mind says this, but you know what? Everything works out for me. The mind says this, but all will be well in the end. Whatever would work for you. So who am I is a wonderful question that all of the sages have asked. And we don't want to think about ourselves as the thinking mind. And I know in the oneness tradition and practice, we say, I'm awareness, existence, consciousness, and bliss. I'm awareness, existence, consciousness, and bliss. I am not my life experiences. Ramana Maharshi, the great teacher yogi, said, to attain inner freedom, one must continuously ask, who am I? Who sees when I see? Who hears when I hear? Who knows when I am aware? I am awareness, existence, consciousness, and bliss. So one way to talk about ourselves and our lives, our stories, has a lot to do with our worldview, how we see the world. And as Einstein said, do you believe the world is a friendly place? Do you believe there's one presence and one power, an infinite, living, loving presence known as God? And so our thoughts create these filters through which we see and experience and view our life. And so if you think yourself to be the one who suffers, a sufferer, then you filter everything that happens to you through the lens of the sufferer and identify as the one who suffers. And you will find plenty of evidence to prove that, yes? Yeah. I had a shadow belief that I was a misfit, and I didn't know this until I got into my quantum loving practice. And a misfit is someone who doesn't belong. And I would create stories, around how that would be. And I finally figured out that I was creating the absolute opposite of really what I wanted, which was to belong, to connect, to be part of. But there's a belief system or a BS in us that exists for many of us that we're unaware of. So this inquiry that we do is essential for our spiritual awakening, you and I. So we want to adopt an orientation to life like there is one presence and one power, right? And if you think about it, the ego is nothing more than a thought of being separate from God. The ego is just a sense of separation. So unity, we often affirm, I am the light of God, I am the love of God, I am the power of God. And these affirmations remind us our true nature, and we become the creators. We become co-creators with the one. And we move away from victimhood by claiming our good. So awakening consciousness is the key to freedom. So the untethered soul is about that. It's about when you live as the observer, life becomes less about control and more about flow, about living in the flow of life, living in the goodness of life, trusting that life is bringing you exactly what it needs for you to awaken. So imagine peace that comes from a realization that you simply realize that who you are is not something that's happening to you, but who you are is the awareness of life, the awareness of consciousness, awareness of your oneness with all that is. So as we close, I want to invite you to reflect on some of these questions. Oops. Yeah. Just to take a moment to observe our inner voice without judgment and what happens when I simply watch my thoughts instead of engaging with them. So you're not your thoughts. You're not your thoughts. They're just randomly happening. Sit in the seat of awareness versus the seat of disturbance. Notice when you're in that state. And find freedom through letting go. Remember, I don't mind what happens. So let's affirm these together. I am not my thoughts. I am the one who observes my thoughts. I am the light of God, witnessing the flow of life. I awaken to the truth of my being and live in peace. So close your eyes. Move into this quiet contemplation. Moving into the heart center. So we could bring our awareness into the physical body of moving out of the head down into the heart. And a supportive way is just to put your hand there, to bring your awareness and presence to the heart. This is the portal to the divine. This bypasses the rational thinking. And this is where the infinite wisdom comes through. So quietly now, you could say this silently. I choose to awaken, to live in conscious awareness of my divinity. And realize my full spiritual potential. I allow things to be present to what is. I am awake in this moment. I fully give my heart to this practice. Take a breath. I choose to awaken, to live in conscious awareness of my divinity and realize my full spiritual potential. I allow things to be. I don't mind what happens. I am present to what is. I am awake in this moment. I fully give my heart to this practice. And so it is. And so we allow it to be. Amen.
Now is our time of giving. Each act of giving and receiving is a sacred expression of your infinite generosity. Unity in Linwood offers opportunities for you to practice giving and receiving, that you might more fully cooperate with the reciprocal nature of the universe. In other words, while your giving does matter to us, and we are so grateful for your giving, we suggest your giving matter to you as well. Electronic giving options will appear on the screen. For those of you who would like to give a physical gift this morning, the ushers will gratefully pass baskets. If you're on site and would like to give by credit card, there will be an electronic giving station at the back of the sanctuary following the service. If you'd like more information about Unity in Linwood's programs of regular giving, planned giving, or legacy giving, please grab a Visitor's Circle brochure. For those of you who are already participating, thank you very, very much. And now join me in our offering affirmation as it appears on the screen. I give freely and fearlessly, fulfilling the law of giving and receiving. Thank you.
Blessed always, blessed always, for the arms of God surround us. Let our joy be so triumphant that we rest in God and say amen. Blessed always, blessed always, for the arms of God surround us. Let our joy be so triumphant that we rest in God and say amen. Blessed always, blessed always, Lord, the arms of God surround us. Let our joy be so triumphant that we rest in God and say amen.
answer any of your questions and also to share our community information. We have this way, I guess, a newcomer's packet back there, and there is a sign up that we'll be talking about in a moment for our new Zoom Wednesday night gatherings on the Untethered Soul. There are also wonderful booklets back there that are published by Unity Worldwide, and I really encourage you to avail yourself of these opportunities. One that spoke to me today is entitled Today I Am, which is much in alignment with what we were talking about a little bit earlier. We always also have newcomer information in the resource material in the chair back pocket in front of you. So like I say, we have so many things available for you, and we encourage you to make use of any and all of them. And now on to invitations. Third Sundays are Givers Circle Sundays. Consistent financial support provides helpful data to our Board of Trustees. Please click the repeat box on any giving platform or grab a Givers Circle brochure as you leave. For all gifts given, we are ever thankful. Please consider the offerings of Unity in Linwood's small group and interfaith ministries as they appear on your screen. Today at 12:30, there will be a Visioning Our Emergent Future session. This is, so please be a part of shaping Unity in Linwood's future. Join us as we continue to plan and envision our path forward, unfolding our new future together. Wednesdays at 6:30 p.m. beginning this Wednesday, January 22nd, take your untethered soul journey further with our engaging and transformative book study on Zoom. We'll meet every Wednesday from January 22nd to February 26th, with no session on February 5th. Register today at the Welcome and Information Station or on our website to receive your Zoom link. On Saturday, January 25th at 3 p.m., there will be a sound bath with Marianne Schumacher. Experience rejuvenation as your body harmonizes with ancient healing frequencies. Then on Sunday, January 26th at 12:30, please attend the annual financials meeting in Town Hall. The board invites you to do this. We are all welcome to join in this presentation of Unity in Linwood's 2024 fiscal performance, current position, and 2025 budget. On Sunday, February 2nd at 12:30, there will be a workshop with Reverend Pam Gutierrez, welcoming your unlimited good. And now I invite Cindy Gallagher to the platform for an announcement about the new minister search.
Before I say that, we're having a really big feast. Lots of food, so I hope you guys are ready for that. Yes. So I'm Cindy Gallagher, and I am the chair of the... Oh, sure. I am the chair of the new ministerial search team for our new minister. Isn't that exciting? And so I will be participating in selecting 4 to 6 people to serve on the team. And so would like to encourage as many of you as would like to fill out the application. And it's going to be at the Welcome and Information Station. And it also includes a calendar of a timeline of what's expected and how to break it up, so you know what you would be doing for the next 6 to 12 months. So it may take that long, it may not. But we're looking for people with lots of different experiences. So when you look at the questionnaire on the application, don't be intimidated by all the questions, because no one has to meet all those questions. But we're looking for people that can fill certain specific roles. And the other thing is that in a partnership, only one partner will be selected to serve on the committee. But you're both welcome to apply, because everybody has unique tasks. And then we'll be making a decision. Okay, so it'd be this Sunday, next Sunday, and the Sunday, the 2nd. So we'll be hoping all applications are turned in by the 3rd. And then we'll be making a decision that week about who will be on the committee. So I welcome you all to participate.
Great, thank you, Cindy. You're going to be at the back table afterwards? Yeah, absolutely. We'd see her about more information. Also today is our visioning session from 12:30 to 2:30. Please join us. It's as we move together, we really need your input on how we want to move forward for future. So your voice matters, that you matter, and we want to include everyone in as we move forward. One of the things we'll be visioning for is what are the qualities we're looking for in the next minister. So stay and be part of that. All right. Also want to invite you to come February 2nd with a workshop with Pam Gutierrez, amazing being of light. She's a colleague, and she lives in Southern Oregon. She's doing a workshop on welcoming your unlimited good for us, and it's on prosperity and abundance. It'll be fun. There'll be a follow-up class that'll go with that. It'll be the game of life. So it'll be fun and light, and also teach us about prosperity teachings and principles. So join her February 2nd. All right, so our statement of faith that we get to do every Sunday. This is the one from Unity. Let's say this together. There is only one presence and one power in the universe and in my life. The infinite, living, loving presence of God. And so we know that God is the source of our good, that God is omnipresent, everywhere, omniscient, all-powerful, and that this God is loving and is always supporting us to grow our souls. Yes? Yes. So let's close with the idea of knowing that we are here by divine appointment. You are here by divine appointment. This amazing group has gathered together in your name, God, and we are moving forward with clarity and grace and ease. And we call forth that amazing experience through all of our endeavors. So we also have prayer chaplains here that will meet with you afterwards and share either a challenge or a joy that you're having in your life and support you in a prayerful way. And if our prayer chaplains would stand today, that would be wonderful. Thank you. Beautiful. We always have the beautiful purple stoles. They usually come up front so you can find them and then find a quiet place for you to get in touch. If you're online, we also have prayer services for you. There's a website, or excuse me, an email on there. If you'll just write to that, within 24 hours, a prayer chaplain will call you and pray with you over the phone. You need your name and a phone number so that they can do that. So please join us there. All right. So let's finish with our benediction song.
May the long time sun shine upon you, all love surround you, and the within you, guide your way on, guide your way on, guide your way on.
Beautiful. Thank you for joining us today. Please stay for the hospitality and visioning. God bless.